Hey, this is Tomas from okitsnotenough.com, helping you become the best version of yourself and create a more exciting and more fulfilling life. It's the beginning of March 2019, so it's time for my monthly goals update. As you probably know, I've set for myself a long list of goals that I want to accomplish this year. It's not anything new. I've been doing this for years and years and years because setting goals is one of the best ways to make sure that you will stay on track, that you actually accomplish what you want in life. It's a great way to make sure that you are more intentional and strategic about your time and where you're actually going in life. Now, for the last few years, what I've been doing is that I've been sharing my goals publicly on my website. This year, of course, is no exception. If you would like to see the whole list of goals, you can just click on the link in the description and it will take you there. And what I do that every month, I share an update about my progress with these goals. And what I've started doing this year is I started recording these monthly video updates because it's a better way for me to communicate with you guys and connect with you, but also give you a little bit more insight into the learnings on that journey, about the struggles that inevitably are faced with some of these goals. Because on the actual post of my goals, there's not enough space to share all these insights because it would just become too long as an article. So that's the reason why I've started creating these videos. So let's go straight into it. I have my goals here on my iPad. And the first category of my goals is business. The first goal is I will easily create a video follow-up for my lifestyle scorecard by March 31st. So this is something I've started working on. It's not yet complete, but I'm very confident about accomplishing this by the end of March. The next goal was I will easily hire an SEO expert, and related goal is I will easily hire a web developer by January 31st. These goals both got accomplished by the end of January. The next goal was I will easily grow my mailing list to 3,000 followers or 3,000 subscribers by December 31st. Currently I'm on 1,369. Good growth since January by about 120 new subscribers, which is really great. Next goal, I will easily reach monthly website traffic to 4,000 visitors by December 31st. Currently in February, the traffic was on 1,956, slight drop from January, but that's quite common because in January, many people are actually looking for a coach. There's this new urge to set goals and New Year's resolutions and so on, and people look for support. So that's something that I expected, but definitely this is a goal that I'm working on because it's really important for my business. The last goal in the business category is I'll easily complete a copywriting course by December 31st. I haven't started working on that at the moment. I actually am working with a copywriter who is helping me with copies for my website and so on. So at the moment, I don't necessarily have the need to go through the copywriting course, but it's definitely something I want to do because I just want to become more knowledgeable about how to write a good copy that will resonate with the reader. The next category of my goals is coaching. So everything related to my coaching practice. The first goal is I will easily have 150 initial consultations by December 31st. So far I've had 31 initial consultations, which is great. I'm actually ahead of the schedule. And these initial consultations are really important because for someone to become my client, we have to have this initial consultation. Because that's time where we sit together, we get on Skype, we get on the phone, and we talk in detail about why they're looking for a coach, what kind of support they need, what are their goals, why they haven't accomplished that yet. Because I want to make sure that I'm the right coach for them, for the situation that they're dealing with, And I also want to make sure that they are the right client for me, because I want to enjoy working with them. And of course, they need to feel the same way, that I'm the right coach for them and that they're the right client for me. And only then, if we both agree that we are a great match, we go ahead with coaching. So for me to ensure having enough clients in my coaching practice, I need to have a certain number of these initial consultations, because not everyone will become a client for one reason or another. Maybe we're not a great match, maybe the chemistry is not right, maybe I'm not the right coach for the situation that they're dealing with. The next goal is I will easily work with 40 new inspiring clients. So far I am on 7, which is great. I had 5 new clients in February. Some of them I've actually had the consultation in January, but sometimes it takes time for people to decide that this is the right thing to do. So I'm well on target. That's really good. The next goal is I will easily run 500 coaching sessions by December 31st. So far I've run 81 coaching sessions, which is exactly on target. I'm very happy with that. The next goal is I will easily run at least one live case study by December 31st. What that means is that I want to work with a client where we dedicate a page to him or her on my website. I want to be giving live updates about the progress that we are making, about the learnings and insights that this client is getting from coaching, because I want to make it even more transparent to you guys, or learn a little bit more about what the coaching process is like and what our clients are getting through it. Because most of the time people can just read about the testimonials and about the case studies, which is after the coaching. So I thought it would be interesting to actually offer kind of live feed with updates about the progress and the learnings and insights and struggles that this client would be going through. And I know it would also create extra accountability to him or her to really commit themselves to the progress and to the results that they have. With that said, I actually have a hot candidate for that, and we're just debating the details of it. The last goal from the coaching category is I will easily reflect on my coaching sessions 200 times. What that means is that when the either initial consultation or the coaching session is over, I'll sit down and ponder what happened, or reflect on how I've done as a coach, how the client has done during the session, and see what could have been done better. Because these reflections are one of the best ways to improve, because you realize that, hey, there were some things that, or I realized that there were some things I could have done better. There were better questions I could have asked. Maybe I should have said more. Maybe I should have pushed more on the client. Maybe I should have given them a little bit more space, because as good as I am as a coach, there's always another level to improve. I'm not naive to think or narcissistic to think that I couldn't be any better. With that said, again, this is something that you can use yourself for your own progress, whether it's your personal development journey, whether it's you working out in a gym, whether it's you giving presentation and just your performance at work, or with your family. Taking a little bit of time, it doesn't have to be an hour, it could be 10 minutes, and just sit down and think, what went well? Could I have done better? How? All these questions that you can ask yourself that will help you focus on the improvement. Because what we normally do, we do something and we go straight into the next thing. And we're really missing this opportunity to learn and improve, which I think is just so extremely valuable. And if only we did it more, we would definitely grow much faster. This is something, again, I've been doing in different areas of my life a lot for the last decade or so. And every time I know when I'm more serious about it and more dedicated and committed to it, more strategic about it, it has massive impact on the speed in which I grow in that area. The next category is profile. So this category includes all the goals that are related to me raising my profile as a coach, as an entrepreneur, my visibility, and so on. The first goal is I will easily reach 30,000 followers on Instagram by December 31st. So I'm currently on 16,752. So the growth slowed down a little bit. There were months last year that I was growing nearly 2,000 followers a month. It slowed down a little bit because I haven't given as much attention to it as necessary, because on Instagram, like any other social media platform, the more you're there, the more you interact with your audience, the more engaging your content is, the more the algorithm kind of pushes you in the forefront, the more visible you are. So for various reasons, I must say I haven't given it as much as I should have, definitely not as much as in the months last year when I was growing really fast. So it's one of the kind of side goals that I want to focus on again, and just being more there, being more interactive with my audience, with you guys. And it's not always easy because I have so much on my plate, but there must be a way to find the right balance between these things. And whilst I think I will reach my goal even with this growth, I think I owe it to my community just to be there more and share more and interact more, because I'm super grateful for so many people following me and being interested in my content. So yeah, I don't want to start neglecting them. Next goal is I will easily reach 20,000 followers on LinkedIn. I'm currently on 16,619. That goal is totally doable. I did the quick maths, and I think I just need to grow by about 30 new followers a month, which is super easy to do. But while I grew really, really fast last year on LinkedIn, I now became much more strategic and much more selective about who I connect with, because LinkedIn, for example, has a limited number of connections that you can have. I think it's 35,000. Whilst it's a massive amount, still I want to be connected with people who are interested in my content, whose content I'm interested in. So I'm preferring much more quality over quantity. Therefore, I slow down the growth, the push, and I'm well on track with this goal. I'm very confident that I will reach it, so it's all good there. Next goal, I will easily reach 1,000 YouTube subscribers by December 31st. So in January, I had 15 subscribers by the end of January, because I only started my YouTube channel this year. Completely new platform for me. There's been a massive learning curve. I had to learn so much about making these videos, being more comfortable on the camera, and growing the following. Initially, it's very, very hard. I'm happy to say that I've grown quite a bit. So now I have 65 followers or subscribers on YouTube. But that also makes me realize that I need to grow by more than 100 followers a month to reach that goal by the end of the year, which I think is doable. I want to make sure that I'm putting out there enough of great content. The more content I put out there, the more YouTube will like me. But then again, it's not necessarily about quantity. It also needs to be about quality. So striking the right balance. With that said, because you're watching this video, there is a very good chance that you are already my subscribers. So I want to take this opportunity and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Really appreciate that. If you could share my videos and my channel and help me reach the goal of 1,000 followers, that would be really amazing. Next goal, I will be featured in 5 podcasts by the end of the year. So far, I haven't made any progress on this goal because I haven't been focusing on that. Still plenty of time. There are other things that I'm focusing on. There shouldn't be a problem. Similar goal is the next one. I'll be featured in a magazine. I actually was approached by a newsletter or magazine. We just negotiating. We just trying to find the right time for the interview. But that would be great. It would be about coaching and the behavioral aspect of it and how it's used for business. It could be really good. I'm really looking forward to it. Next, I would say several goals are related to me writing and publishing my book. It's something that I started last year, but I decided to rewrite the book because I wanted it to have slightly different angle, and I wanted it to have slightly different energy or kind of feel for the reader. So again, rather than publishing something for the sake of it, I took a step back and I decided to change the angle of the book a little bit. I haven't made any progress on it. It's a very, very time-consuming process. So I still have plenty of time. My goal was to write the book by July 31st and publish it by December 30th. There is also a big financial aspect to it. It costs several £1,000s to go through the whole process of having it edited, do the layout of the book, the typeset, having it proofread, and also then you need to order a certain number to be printed initially, and that costs quite a lot of money. So there's a financial aspect to it as well, but it shouldn't be a problem. And the last goal in this category is I will easily speak on stage at least 6 times, which means running some kind of workshop or presentation or seminar. So far I've done 2. It was actually in January, one in the Philippines where I was running a whole day workshop for a big company, and the second one was for business training company called Dent, who I'm a mentor for, and I was running a whole day workshop for amazing bunch of entrepreneurs, which was really great. The next category is value or contribution. Is basically all the goals related to me sharing my knowledge, creating content and sharing it with you guys, because it's my way of giving back. So the first goal is I'll easily record and publish 52 video blogs by December 31st. This is one of them. That's one of the ordeals I set for myself this year. Very, very challenging goal for me because it's very time consuming. I love recording these videos. I love the feeling of being productive, being creative, but I'm definitely not as experienced to just do it like that very, very easily. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of recording, re-recording, and editing, publishing all that content. There's so much that goes into it. And firstly, it goes slow because I'm quite new to it. It's very exciting, very time consuming. But the interesting thing is what really keeps me going is I know that when we do something a certain number of times, 50 to 100 times, we improve inevitably. And whilst I'm, quite okay with the quality of the videos that I'm creating now, I'm really looking forward by the end of the year to see the quality of these videos that I'll be creating then. Not only just the way I'm sharing that knowledge with you guys, but also the recording, the quality of the editing. It's really exciting. So hey, so far I've published 7, which just slightly behind, but that shouldn't be a problem. The next goal is I will easily publish 52 articles by December 31st, very much related to these video blogs, because when I create a video blog, I also transcribe it and turn it into an article as well. So I am well on track with these goals as well. Next one, I'll easily launch my Unshakable Self-Discipline group coaching program. Very, very exciting goal. I'm really looking forward to creating this. It's taking much more time than I anticipated. Certain resistances are kind of surfacing as well with it that I need to coach myself through. I'll have to learn lots of new skills when it comes to creating content like this and webinars and Facebook marketing. So it's taking a lot of time. I wanted to ideally launch it by the end of March. I will see if I'll be able to do that. It's just the time it requires. And there were some things that I got stuck on, so I'm working my way through it. But it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. The reason why I picked self-discipline is because I can see it over and over again with my clients, with the people out there, the way people can keep mentioning what they get stuck on. And it's one of the big elements of that is self-discipline. So I want to help people with that. Not everyone has the resources to work with me one-on-one or work with a coach one-on-one. So I want to create a group coaching program that will be more affordable. And it will be very engaging, a lot of content, a lot of great stuff. I'm putting my best knowledge and experience and coaching skills into it. So whoever will go through the program, I'm pretty sure they will really love it. The next goal is I will easily launch Stop Caring What People Think of You group coaching program. Same situation as with the previous one. I haven't started on this goal yet. It will come after the previous program. But this is another thing that so many people get stuck on, which is the fear of what other people think of them. And it prevents people from pursuing their passions, pursuing their goals, being their true self, just being authentic in life. So I want to help people with that. So that ideally would be another program that I would launch this year. And finally, the last goal in my value category is I will easily raise £5,000 for Children with Cancer charity. Very important goal for me. It's part of me running the London Marathon. So I'm fundraising for this charity. My goal is 5,000, very, very ambitious goal. So far I'm on £270, so approximately 5% in. But I have a big following, I have a lot of people, a lot of you guys are there. So I'm hoping if a small percentage of people will donate a small amount of money, which is just so doable, I should be able to reach that goal. So I'm still very, very far. I still have 2 months. I should have been much further ahead, but I haven't been as proactive as I wanted to be, but it's something I will focus on in March and April. The next category is health and fitness. A lot of goals in this category, so I will go through it as quickly as I can. The first one, I will easily complete 23andMe DNA genetic testing and analysis. So that's done. I've completed that. I got my results. A lot of reading. I only got it back a few days ago, and I only skimmed through it. Really interesting. So just to give you some interesting insights, what I got was that genetically I'm 56% Eastern European, which is not a surprise. 25% I'm French or German, and 1.5% I'm Italian, which I found quite interesting. What I found even more interesting is that there are 1,080 people on the register of this DNA testing who are my DNA relatives. There are actually some ways how I can connect with them. So it's something I'm considering, maybe just reaching out and being connected to those people could be quite interesting. And one more interesting result from that, I have predispositions to be gluten intolerant, which I must agree with. I know that gluten is not really good for my digestion. So I totally agree with that. There's so much more that I will read through and maybe give you more insight into that later. So that's the first one. The second goal, I will complete a food intolerance test. I haven't done that yet. They will come later. Next, I will easily complete 24 fasts or green days by December 31st. Green day means it's a day where I only eat raw fruit or vegetable. So far I've done 3, so I'm 1 behind because it works out about 2 a month. But I actually enjoy doing that, and the 2 that I've done this month in February, I've really noticed having a lot more energy on those days, even though you actually eat less. So, I drink plenty of water on that day, and because your body is not actually being tired from consuming or from digesting food, I'm noticing that I have a lot more energy. So I also drink a little bit of green tea, which is good. It's good for the cleansing. Next goal, I will easily be at 16% body fat by December 31st. So I'm at 23.6. There's a little bit of decrease from 24.3 since January. I attribute it to running because I do a lot of running, as I'll tell you a little bit more about later. So I burn massive amount of calories. I actually expected to have made more progress, to be closer to maybe 21 or 22%, but I think it has to do with, even though I do a lot of running, then my body is then asking for a lot of energy, so I do eat a little bit more, but still it's a progress nonetheless, and I should be able to reach the 16% quite easily. Next goal, I will work out 200 times by December 31st. So I've already worked out 62 times, so I'm well ahead of the schedule. Again, it's because of the marathon training that I'm doing, which is just taking so much time, and it's 5 runs a week, and I do some other workouts in between as well. So just to give you a little bit more detail, I worked out 28 times in February, total time 28 hours, total calories in February 27,375 calories. So it's a lot of working out, but I'm enjoying it. It's really good, even though it's a lot, but I love running, so that's good. But I'm also, because I do mostly running now, I'm starting to miss just regular workouts. So I'm quite looking forward to, after the marathon, getting back to it. Next goal, I will easily complete a marathon training program by April 28th. So I'm exactly halfway through, 35 runs, which is 76 runs altogether. So far, by the end of February, I completed 35. Since then, I completed 3 more. Next goal, I will easily run London Marathon sub 4 hours. So I'm really looking forward to completing marathon, something that I've been wanting to do for quite a few years now. Never managed to actually get a place. This year I have, I set myself a reasonable goal to run it under 4 hours. I actually think that I could do it faster than that. That's what I'm aiming at with my training. But at the same time, I've never done anything like that, so I want to be realistic with the goal. Next goal, I will easily run 200 kilometers in 1 month. I've accomplished that in January. In February, I actually ran 250 kilometers altogether in 1 month. Next goal, I will easily run sub 20 minutes 5K, and related goal, I will easily run sub 42 minutes 10K. Haven't made any progress with that. I haven't even tried, because all the marathon training that I'm doing is endurance and long distance running, very different from speed running. So I don't want to get injured. I don't want to overtrain. So at the moment, these 2 goals that are focusing on the speed of my running, I'm not doing anything about it. Next goal, I will easily do 100 push-ups in 1 go by December 31st. My best attempt was 52 so far. So I'm about halfway there. Obviously, it's going to grow, progress a little slower now the further you go. But I'm confident that I'll be able to do that. Next, I will easily do 20 pull-ups in 1 go. Haven't been doing as many pull-ups as I wanted to. I did 18 pull-ups in 2018. Because I didn't do as many now, the best attempt was 13. I'm also looking forward to when I lose a little bit of that weight and when I refocus on strength training, that goal will definitely be progressing faster. Next goal, I will easily be able to plank for 10 minutes by December 31st. Planking is hard. I don't know if you guys try that, but my best attempt was 2 minutes 44 seconds, so I'm 1/4 in. And yeah, I'm doing planking almost every day. It's very, very hard, but at the same time, there are people who can do easily 10 minutes. So I know it's within my physical capability. It will require a lot of training and dedication and commitment. The next goal is I will easily continue with my martial arts training by December 31st. I have been, but way less, especially with kickboxing, simply because, again, I don't want to injure my legs. I don't want to sprain my ankle or something, because that would, I wouldn't be able to run, and that would kind of snowball or cascade into me not being able to accomplish many other goals related to running. So I slowed down significantly on the martial arts training, but I will restart it fully in May. Last one, I will easily take on swimming classes by December 31st. So far, no progress on that. Again, I'm just focusing in terms of fitness on the marathon training, but I'm looking forward to this. I want to learn how to swim better. I'm a pretty good swimmer, but I want to learn proper swimming technique, because swimming is a great exercise. It's a full body workout. You burn a ton of calories. It's great for your posture. So I want to become better at swimming. And in order to do that, I just need some professional guidance. Next category is personal development. So this category includes all the goals related to my own growth and my own personal development. And the first goal is I will easily complete 365 meditations by December 31st. So I'm currently on 49 meditations in total. There are some days where I don't manage or forget to meditate. So there are some other days where I actually do 2 meditations. By meditations, I also mean mindfulness and being totally present. So it's not just sitting and meditating. It could be mindfulness, for example, when I'm walking. It could be walking meditation. It could be eating meditation, which doesn't mean that I just eat for the sake of it. But when I eat something, I'm just totally present. I'm really exploring these flavors, and there's no YouTube playing. I'm just totally present in that situation. By the way, meditation, highly, highly recommended. Next goal, I will easily buy Muse mind and body meditation device. So that's like a headband with electrodes. It's connected to an app. So when you meditate, it gives you biofeedback on your brain activity and gives you kind of guidance and real-time feedback on, how deeply you're meditating. I'm looking into it. My goal is to get it for my birthday this month, actually. And I'm just doing a little bit of research to make sure that it's worth the money, because it's not necessarily a cheap device. But I'm pretty confident that I'll give it a try. If for some reason it's disappointing as a device, as an experience, then they offer money back guarantee. So why not giving it a shot? Next goal, I will easily finish 24 books by December 31st. So far I have completed 5 books, which is 12 Rules for Life, Don't Stop Me Now, it's about running, Atomic Habits, fantastic book that I highly, highly recommend. Atomic Habits, amazing book. It's about how to develop good routines and good habits and stick to them. And then Quirkology, it's got the curious science of everyday life, and the Purple Cow, which is about marketing and business building. So far I'm well on track with reading goals. I also started reading a bunch of other books and listening to other audiobooks. I can do quite a bit of listening of audiobooks now, because of the running. So when I run, some of my runs are 2.5 or 3 hours long. So you get bored a little bit. So audiobooks is a perfect kind of background to play while I'm running. Next goal, I'll easily read at least 2 books on mindfulness. Haven't read any yet. I'm still choosing which ones to read, but I'm very confident this goal will get accomplished. Next, I will easily replace 6 bad habits with 6 new positive habits. So what I decided to do, I'll do it bi-monthly. So in January, I worked on getting rid of coffee, not drinking coffee, replacing it with green tea. I've done the same with black tea. I have black tea very rarely, coffee pretty much none at all. I think I had 1 this year. And so that's great. So I'm deciding, so in February I haven't been focusing on establishing any new habits or getting rid of any old habits, but I have something set for March, which you will hear about in the next updates. Next goal, I will easily make 100 journal entries and reflections by December 31st. So far 21, so I'm on track with this. Very, very useful tool, journaling. Just sitting down at the end of the day or in the morning and just reflecting on your life, reflecting on your emotions, on your thoughts, on your worries, on your goals, and just letting your mind or letting your hand just write whatever comes to mind. Because it's so much more powerful and useful and better than just thinking. When you're thinking, your thoughts can go all over the place, and it's very hard to keep them connected and more constructive, because it's so easy to get distracted. Whereas when you're writing, it keeps your mind focused, and it just gives your mind a little bit more time as well, because you write slower than you think. So it gives your time a little bit more time to get deeper insights, and there's some amazing realizations that can come through journaling, and great clarity about certain maybe problems that you have or insights, emotions that you're experiencing. So highly, highly encourage you to do some journaling regularly, ideally, or when you are experiencing some struggles, just sitting down with a piece of paper and write about it. Just write it out, whatever comes to mind relevant to that goal or to that struggle. And you may be writing for 10 minutes, maybe for half an hour, but if it can help you resolve that situation, then it's so worth it. And don't worry about grammar, don't worry about punctuations and things like that. Just write thoughts. Don't worry about even if you can't read it properly. But when something useful kind of pops up, highlight it and get back to it later. Next goal, I will easily spend at least 1 hour every Sunday planning and reflecting. Definitely, I'm recording this video on Sunday, so definitely something I'm going to do after this. Just sitting down and reflecting on the past week, doing a little bit of journaling and planning for this coming week. So I make sure that I'm using my time effectively, that I'm focusing on the right things, because it's so easy to fill up your time with just random urgencies and not being very productive, being just busy with stuff that doesn't really matter. And last goal in this category is I will easily watch 50 TED Talks by December 31st. The goal, I've accomplished so far 18, or I've watched 18 videos or TED Talks. If you're not familiar with TED Talks, phenomenal concept or platform where they basically organize these regular speaking events and give space to carefully selected speakers from all fields of life, scientists, athletes, just people who have a level of expertise in certain area of life or science or medicine, for example, and they share their ideas. Actually, their tagline is ideas worth spreading. So much better than, for example, watching YouTube, some random stuff, or just watching TV. Just find some TED Talks that are about the topic that you're interested in, whether it's the universe, whether it's traveling or politics or science. Really, really great. These speakers are carefully selected, and the talks are carefully, curated. So so far I've loved every single one of them. And the final category is relationships. I got two goals there, two important goals for me, which is the first one: I will easily be in contact with my family every month. So my family lives back home in Czech Republic, I live in London, so we don't get to see each other very often. And so I want to make sure that we are regularly in contact through emails, calls, video calls, messaging. I just want to make sure that I'm in contact with them. It's very important to me. And the last goal is I'll easily have a date night with my girlfriend at least twice a month. I've spoken about this goal a lot more in my previous goals updates. It's very important that if you're in a relationship, a long-term relationship, especially if it's for a few years now, if you're married, it's so easy for the relationship to go stale, for us to go complacent and not doing all the nice things, not making all the effort that we used to do at the beginning when we were trying to charm the other person. Now when we're with them and it's kind of, we have them for certain, people relax and they don't do all the nice things that got the other person attracted in them in the first place. So that's part of the package that they bought into. So don't start taking away parts of the deal just because you're too comfortable. So for us, it's date nights. It may be something else for you. That's great. But just make sure that you put in the effort. So this is it, guys. This is the end of the February 2019 goals update. I really appreciate you watching the whole thing and staying with me, and I hope it's been useful. I hope it's giving you maybe a little bit of motivation and inspiration for you to pursue your goals, or maybe even some ideas with what kind of goals you could set for yourself. It's really important to have goals in life, otherwise you're just drifting. And hey, if you have some questions about the content, about any of those goals, because whilst I would love to go into a lot more detail about the insights, about the learnings, about how I'm going about these goals, because it's such a long list, I simply can't. It would be 3 or 5 hours long video and no one will watch that. But if you have some specific questions, just leave me a comment or through my website, send me a request. And I'll be very happy to either reply or even record a video on that specific question. Maybe you have some questions about your own goals. Maybe you got stuck on something. Just don't hesitate and contact me. I'll be very, very happy to help you through that somehow. So thanks again. Thanks for watching. Before you go, if you haven't yet, press that little button down there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would help me to reach that goal of 1,000 subscribers, but more importantly, it would mean the world to me that you're interested enough in my content and teaching. Also press the little bell, because it will then send you notification every time I publish a new video. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you are having a great day, and I'll see you on another video.